A young boy stands with his mom by the entrance of their house.
Garret, honey, I'm sorry your dad and I always go out without you. I promise we'll make it up to you, okay?
It's fine. I don't mind being home alone.
Kelly, let's go!
Okay, I'll see you in the morning now. Bye-bye.
Didn't think you'd show up.
Well,
A moment later,
Now what?
Garret watches TV in the living room.
Now, we kill
He
you.
cocks his head toward the front door. He rises from the couch and turns off the TV.
Mom? Mom? Mom?
He creeps toward the front door. He peeks through the blinds covering the window beside the light brown wooden door. Garret steps back as someone pounds the door from outside.
Hey, please, someone, open the door.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Hey, kid, I really need you to let me in. Please.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
My name is Sammy. What's yours?
My name is Garret.
You see, kid, we're not strangers anymore. You think you could let me in now?
I can't. I'm sorry.
Please, please, let me in!
Oh my god.
Garret watches through the blinds as a hooded figure glides towards Sammy. The hooded figure stabs the man with long, sharp claws. Garret rushes into his room, then closes the door. He shuffles into a small closet.
It's funny how a single past event can paint your entire future in trauma. I never left that closet. Not when the first signs of light shine through the cracks of the closet. Or not even when the police knocked at the door the next morning.
This is Officer James Coleman with the CCPD. Is anyone home? James Coleman, the CCPD, requesting contact with the occupants. Is anyone home?
The only remains those officers found of that man was a puddle of blood. That day my mom rushed into the house, hugging me for the first time in a long while. She never hugged me ever since.
Garret.
Mom?
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry I left you alone. I won't do it again, I promise. I promise.
It didn't take very long to break that promise. After all, that was just a result of a drunken night. About a year later, I'd find out the reason I'd forever hate being alone at night.
In the house, Garret stands near the front door. He holds a phone to his ear.
Dad, please, I don't want to be left alone at home.
Garret, would you just listen to me? Your mom and I want some alone time. We'll come home tomorrow around noon.
Okay, I got this. Lizzy won't like me back if I'm afraid of being left alone at night.
He looks to the door.
Why don't you let me in? You won't make me hundreds and die again. Don't you want to save me?
Please, go away.
Just open the door. I promise I won't hurt you. Just come and open the door. I'm gonna die if you don't open the door.
I said leave me alone.
Nothing will hurt you if you just open the door.
Stop!
10 years later, Garret drops down a box in the corner of his garage.
I think that's all of it.
Good job, Muscle Man.
The garage door slowly closes.
This is gonna be so awesome. We've planned to move in like this since we were 12. Now it's really happening.
Be careful now. You starting to make it sound like we're dating or something.
Would that be such a bad thing, though?
Yeah. It would be a bad thing. You'd probably abandon me.
What? When have I ever?
Remember that time when we were at the playground? You left me all alone so you could go play with Zoe.
Hey, we were like, what, 7? I barely knew you.
Well, I'm gonna get my bags unpacked. Then we can go watch that, what was it? Happiness in a Jar? That movie sounds interesting.
Sure thing, bestie.
About a week later, Garret lays on his bed, scrolling on his phone.
Be careful, Liz. If you just keep walking in without knocking, you might catch me doing something you don't want to see.
What makes you so sure I don't want to catch you? Anyways, I gotta head out. My boss called me and...
Wait, you have to go? Are you leaving right now?
Yeah, how else am I supposed to pay my side of the rent next month?
Can I go with you?
No, silly, it's last minute work, not a late minute party.
A few minutes after Lizzy left, Garret is seated on a chair at a small table in the kitchen. He whispers to himself while tapping his fingers on the table.
Damn it. It's 10 o'clock. Hopefully it doesn't happen. No, it won't happen. Maybe if I distract myself, it won't happen. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta...
Garret.
Please, just go.
I'm never going away. Not until you let me in.
Why won't you just leave me alone?
Why don't you let me in? You're not gonna leave me out here to die like you did 10 years ago. Garret.
Garret, hello? Hey, Garret, you okay?
What's the time?
It's 4 a.m. I just got home. You don't look so well. Have you been sitting here since I left?
I think I just need sleep.
Lizzy rings the doorbell of a house.
Hey, it's you.
It's Lizzy. I'm your cousin's best friend.
Oh, right. I met you briefly whenever I stayed over at the house. Come on in. Please, take a seat.
He sits across from her.
I'm really sorry to interrupt anything, but I just wanted to ask something about Garret's.
Let me guess. Whenever you leave him alone at night, you come back home and he's a mess.
So you do know about it?
Look, I don't fully understand it, but about 10 years ago, he had experienced something very traumatic. He used to love being alone. Now he hates it, especially at night.
That's why whenever I'm gone out for the night, you come over. Except when I leave him last minute.
I probably shouldn't say anything, because he only ever told me about this, but I guess you are his best friend and you live with him, so you should know. He hears voices every time he's left alone at night.
That's awful. What caused this?
Victor gets off the couch.
Look, it's kinda early and I got some stuff to do. I'll just send you the article. It's really nice that Garret has someone like you in his life.
Lizzy and Garret sit next to each other on a couch in their living room.
Yeah, those camping trips were always fun. It would be great if we go on one. Just make sure to bring an extra pants, in case you have another accident.
Come on, it was water, I told you already. And besides, I was like 10, so...
Yeah, we were younger. Much, much younger. And back then, we were a lot closer. Ever since you turned 13, you became distant. I always thought that we would be more.
What do you mean by being more?
Garret? Why haven't you made a movie yet?
Lizzy, I've had a crush on you for as long as I can remember. And to be honest, I didn't realize you felt the same way about me. But the truth is that you deserve better.
Wouldn't that be for me to decide? Garret, you're the one person I care about most. We were both outcasts in our families. And we were getting along so many different ways. We would have been perfect together.
Liz, I'm crazy. There's something psychologically wrong with me, which ruins any chance at a future with you because you shouldn't have to be with someone that's mentally screwed the way I am. I never told you because I didn't want to lose you.
I would never leave you for something you can't even control. And your goddamn problem doesn't even bother me in the goddamn slightest.
You already knew?
Well, I spoke to Victor today, and I read the article. Garret, we can get you help, and I will be with you every step of the way.
You're truly an amazing person, Liz. And maybe that would be for the best.
Lizzy slowly creeps to the kitchen, where Garret works on his computer.
Garret? Garret?
Liz.
Garret rushes over to her. They stand in the living room just outside the kitchen.
What happened? Are you okay?
I was doing some research on your problem, and people who experienced something similar had a ghost haunting them.
Liz, what are you talking about?
What if you're not crazy? What if that man is a ghost who has unfinished business?
Are you saying I'm being haunted by ghosts? You realize how insane that sounds?
What does this name Sammy mean?
What? How could you possibly know that name? The police never identified that man.
Just before I came looking for you, I was researching this, and the voice started to speak to me. It said I should leave. Just leave you. Well, I still can.
I have no idea how you know his name. But this isn't possible.
You need to let it in. That's the only way for his ghost to move on.
You know what? Screw this. I'm going to spend the night by Victor.
How about you open the door and let me in?
You need to let it in.
Listen to her, Garret.
How is any of this possible?
Don't you want this nightmare to be over?
Fine. You want in so bad?
He marches to the front door.
Then come on!
Nothing's there.
Is that it? This entire time, that's all I had to do for it to stop? Finally, I'll have some peace.
Oh no. No. Garret, it's not a ghost. It isn't a ghost.
Then what is it? Damn it, Lizzy, what is it?
It's a demon.
Liz!
Suddenly, an invisible force slams her into a wall. She hits the ground, motionless. Then, a black hooded figure begins to materialize. Two glowing red eyes emit within the hoodie. Garret staggers back in fear. He falls into a pile of boxes.
You're not Sammy. You're the thing that killed him that night. Now you're gonna kill me.
Suddenly, a yellow light glows from the demon. The demon vanishes in a bright yellow glow.
Hey, kid.
Garret spots a golden yellow apparition of Sammy.
Sammy. I'm so sorry. I didn't save you that night.
You were only a kid. I'm just glad no one else has to suffer from this curse now.
Garret shuffles to his feet.
What do you mean by curse?
Well, I was a stupid kid. I used to love exploring abandoned places. It was always fun until I went to a supposedly haunted mountain. It was called Mount Fiend. Ages ago, a very powerful cult performed demonic rituals there. I decided to pay that place a visit, and, well, the rest is history.
How did I get the curse?
I'd call it a curse, but it's really just a demon that latched itself on me. And after it killed me, you just happened to be the next person it laid its eyes on.
Thank you. Thank you for saving Lizzy and I.
You have a good one, kid.
Sammy glows brighter, then breaks into small, golden yellow orbs, which slowly fade away. Lizzy places a mug on a coffee table.
Here you go.
Thanks, Liz.
Garret sits on the living room couch.
You always make the best cup of coffee.
She sits beside him.
How's your head?
Do you want me to tell you or do you want me to show you?
I'm serious. You hit your head pretty hard.
It only hurts when I touch it. Are you glad that thing is finally gone?
Yeah. But I think I'll still go for therapy. Hey, could you hand me the remote?
She crawls on top of Garret.
Liz, what are you...
She kisses him passionately.
What was that for?
Well, clearly you weren't gonna make a goddamn move.
I was gonna. I was just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah, right. I would have died before you made a move on me.
That's not true.